Afternoon, everybody. Today's tip video is going to be about how you can find your dominant eye. We'll talk a little bit about some of the science behind it, my experience where I've learned some of this stuff from. Then we'll talk about 3 different ways that I've learned of how to find your dominant eye. Okay? These are just methods that I've discovered in my own life. If you know a different way, or if it's even a better way that you use or have learned, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. So first off, a little bit of the science behind it. One of your eyes is going to be more dominant than the other. And part of the reason behind this is how our brains process stuff. There was a video came out years ago about this guy who had chronic migraines. And so what the doctors did was cut his cerebellum. Now cerebellum is like, it's almost like a little fleshy piece of paper that is between the two halves of your brain. And this little fleshy area is what allows the two halves of the brain to communicate with each other. So one half of your brain will see the whole image, and the other half will see just the little parts of the image. And when they communicate, they put the image together and it sees the whole and the parts, or the parts that make up the whole, to get a better understanding of the image. In this study, what they discovered that his first off, his migraines stopped. And they would have him look at paintings. There's an artist, I don't have any idea what the artist's name is, that either would or will use fruit to make faces. Well, when this guy would cover up one eye, he would look at the painting and he would only see the individual pieces of fruit that made up the painting. But then he'd cover up the other eye and he would only see the painting. Okay, an example of this, you can see in the background over here, there are some carabiners and Tasmanian devil on the wall. Well, if that's our painting, he would look at it, and with one eye, he would only see the carabiners, he would only see the ATC, he would only see the Taz, he would only see the little parts of it. And if you asked him, what was the whole image? I don't know, there was some carabiners and a TV, and a chair, and a Taz, and a door. That's what I saw. But then if you cover up the other side, he would see the whole image. He would see the wall. He wouldn't see the parts of it. He would see the wall. The whole thing. Couldn't tell you the individual pieces of it. Okay? So that's how our brain kind of processes stuff. One sees the whole picture, one sees parts of the picture. And one of those halves is going to process that part of the picture just a little better than the other eye. It's just how we function. Some people may possibly, out there, I can't know for sure, may be inconclusive when you're doing these tests. One eye may be dominant one time, the next time it's the other. It may switch out. It could possibly change throughout your life, so it would be good to, if you know you're right eye dominant, which I'm right eye, I'm dominant right-handed, you may discover, if you're a young kid, you're right-handed, you're younger, you grow up, you learn to do things, and you start becoming ambidextrous. It's totally possible. Test yourself again if you're unsure, or if you're shooting, whether you're shooting a gun, Nerf gun, bow and arrow, whatever you're shooting, whatever you're doing. If you're uncertain, just test yourself again. Something could have changed. Life is full of change. So our first method that we are going to get into about shooting, this is one of the ways that I've used as a archery instructor myself in the archery classes that I teach. There's a really common correlation between the hand that you write with and your eye that's dominant. It's not a definite thing, but most of the time, if you write with your right hand, you're going to be right eye dominant. It is totally possible to be dominant with your other eye. So our second method is going to be, I don't know what it's called. I call it the holy hand, or the hole in the hand method. You're going to take your hands out in front of you while you're looking at a singular object. And you're going to put your hands together, making a hole like this. Okay, so I'll do it this way, and I'll do it this way so you guys can see, get the different perspectives. So I'm going to look over there at an object. Take my hands out in front of me, and I'm going to make that hole around the object. Bring my hands all the way back to my face. There will be only one eye that I can actually see out of, my right eye. Okay? So now do it this way. If I look at you guys, take my hands out in front of me, make a hole with the object between my hands, bring it back to my face, only one eye. Again, I'm right eye dominant. The third and final method, I call it the finger method. Okay, if you are an instructor, this one is a good one, the one that I like to use a lot. It's just really simple. It doesn't require both hands, so if they're holding a gun or a bow, they can hold that in one hand and use the other hand. Okay, what they're going to do, and when I explain this to kids, I say it a lot like this. I say, okay, what I want you to do is take one hand out in front of you like this, and a lot of times just doing this, they'll understand to put one finger up. Okay? And then you can, however you want to phrase this, totally up to you. Hold one hand out in front of you, and I want you to cover up my nose with one finger. So if I do this with you guys, I'll cover up the camera with my finger as if it were your nose, and you can see the finger that, or the eye that my finger is covering is my dominant eye. I'm right eye dominant. So there's 3 different ways, whether you just want to quickly find out whatever hand you write with, or you want to use the hole in your hand method, come back to your face, or you need to use just one hand, use the finger and nose method, and cover it up. If you guys have any videos, comments that you like to leave, I love hearing from you guys. I try to reply to everyone if I can. If there's anything you'd like to see, a video suggestion, I love comments from you guys, suggestions on content that you'd like to see. Please leave that down below. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.